Throughout history, humans have turned to art, storytelling, and cinema to answer life's biggest questions. But today we face a question no scriptwriter has ever attempted to answer before. Which movie script is the greatest Mario Kart player of all time? Thanks to some recent advancements at Shud Corp, we might just be able to answer that question today. For months, we have been pushing the boundaries of what's possible, exploring ways to make the unthinkable compete in video games. Numbers? They've raced. A movie? It's played Mario. But this time, we've gone even further. Today, we're taking 8 iconic movie scripts, converting their very words into controller inputs, and sending them to the track to compete in a high-stakes, winner-takes-all Mario Kart tournament. On the off chance you're new here, here's how the tech works. When each race starts, we'll be going through each movie script word by word and reading each character in sequence. Each character is then converted to a specific input or series of inputs, such as turning right or drifting left, and after that input is completed, then the next will be read in. In order to give our scripts a higher chance of success, characters that appear much more frequently, such as vowels like E and A, will contain much more commonly used inputs, such as turning a certain direction or using an item. And more obscure inputs will be given to much lower frequency characters instead. For characters, I decided to let each movie get a chance to pick from the roster in-game that matched them the best by letting each script run one at a time on the character select screen just long enough for it to make the right choice. It took a bit of wrangling because some of these movies thought they were a couple of wise guys.
Stop! Stop it! You rapscallion!
But after a bit of a hassle, tonight's lineup is as follows. The Mario movie will be represented by none other than King Boo. I don't know, don't ask. Anyways, Cars will be represented by Lakitu. The B movie, represented by the Yoshman himself. Toy Story will be represented tonight by Luigi. Shrek will be represented by, of course, Donkey Kong. Morbius, represented by the one, the only, Fonz Dry Bones himself. The SpongeBob movie will be represented by Baby Rosalina. And finally, the Garfield movie will be represented by, you guessed it, Inkling Girl. Now, I know that's probably a bit hard to remember, so in order to make it easier for you, the viewer at home, and to give my own viewers in chat a way to show their support for their favorite movie through an emote, I decided to hand draw a logo for each movie myself.
I'm just gonna draw like an icon. We're just gonna do like a mini icon here. We'll give him, this is his nose. It looks like a mustache, dude. All right, we do a little side view action. Okay, he's like red. Wait, and then what happens? It's like curved. Yeah. And then he's got like windows or something, right? He's like yellow. A little bit of this action going on. And he's got like these little dudes. Yeah, I'm a bit of an artist. He's got like 3 eyes. And he's got a wide head. Dude, people are not gonna know that this is Toy Story. I know you could say it's boring. You could say this guy's boring. We're just gonna give him the M though in the interest of time, all right? Look, I know there's people that just want to see the movies race, all right? I don't want to take forever for these guys, okay? Whoosh. Boo, boo, boo. This is a bat with the ears, right? That's like a bat thing. It's a bat. All right, this is SpongeBob, and he's got like eyes like that, and then he's got like the pointy nose and the teeth. Dude, I might be making it worse. We'll just we'll hue shift. That'll fix it. See, look, he's already looking better. Garfield is a cat, and cats have like ears. Okay, he's got like spots, right? He's got this going on. He's got some facial hair going on. Everyone can look at these and tell what's going on. No problems, right?
So you'll always be able to tell who each movie is and how they're doing. In order to level the playing field a bit, each competitor will be given the exact same cartwheels and glider combo, and all of them will have both smart steering and auto acceleration enabled. There will also be no computers added at all, so it'll be a raw battle of skill out there. The format for the tournament will be as follows. 2 initial 6-race rounds of 4 scripts each, with the top 2 going directly to the grand finals and the bottom 2 going to consolation finals. each with their own 8-race series to determine final placement of each script from first all the way down to 8th. In the instance of a tie, everyone that ends with the same score will go into a sudden death single race tiebreaker, where the winner takes all. Anyways, enough blabbering. Let's hit the tracks and see which one of these movies is prepared to show the world that they're the greatest of all time.
We have the Mario movie in the upper left being represented by King Boo. We have Cars being represented by Lakitu in the upper right. In the bottom left, getting smacked, we have the B movie being represented by Yoshi. And then we have Toy Story as Luigi. I do expect we're going to have Piranha Plants coming into play here. That's going to be a hit by the Mario movie. Dude, we're neck and neck here. But oh no! King Boo is going the wrong way! That is not good for the Mario movie. He is going to eventually get turned around. Yoshi also going the wrong way. All of a sudden, Yoshi and the B movie moving into the lead in the bottom left here. But look at this. Nice glide coming in the upper left by King Boo to take the lead, and we've got a screenshot. Mario movie holding on. It's surprisingly pretty close at the moment. Cars looking good. Moving into first, but look at this neck and neck. They're judging, but the green shell comes out of nowhere, hits the Mario movie. But wait a minute, for the first time in the whole race, we have Luigi in the bottom right. What is that? Cars getting hit with the bomb there, giving Luigi an opportunity to maybe run away. I mean, look at the mini-map. He's got a huge gap here. And look at the Mario movie. King Boo really struggling here. Pretty comfortably in fourth, but we might be seeing a bagging type situation. Will we see the late William get pulled here? Anybody's game at the moment. Yoshi coming behind rather quickly, and then the bomb goes off. Mario moving, surging back into the lead, or into second. Look at this, Mario moving, going into the lead at the end of the final lap. It was looking like a win for Luigi and Team Toy Story, but he's fallen into fourth. It's not over yet. Yoshi surging to life here around the final turns. He moves into the lead. But King Boo gaining speed. It's not going to matter. That is a win for the B movie. Mario coming in close second there. Luigi in third. Cars, believe it or not, the car racing movie coming in fourth. Reminder, the point breakdown, I believe, was 5, 3, 2, 1. So getting a first place here will net you 5 points, which is a pretty significant amount. And what do we have here? We have in the lead, it's going to be Toy Story. Now, I'm really curious to see how they're going to handle the quicksand section. This is going to be really interesting. Everyone neck and neck around the turn here, going on the outer edge. What is the split breakdown going to be? It looks like we've got King Boo and Lakitu going on the left, but oh, a nice boost there is going to allow him to get a bit of a lead. But no, he's driving back into the hole. That's going to be Cars going straight into the pit. And that's going to put him back quite a bit. And that's giving Yoshi, the winner of the last race, another early lead here. And look at this. Is he going to run away with it? I expect a pretty close race. There are 2 wide sections here, and the banana peel comes out. That way you can see the icons. Wait, insane shortcut, actually. Look at this guy go. He's out of control. Wait a minute. But he gets stuck in no man's land. Meanwhile, the silent killer here, the B movie, the guy everyone counted out, tearing apart everyone else. He won race 1, and look at the lead here on race 2. But wait a minute. He's kind of showboating a little bit. Losing position, was going the wrong way there for a minute, but no. He's recovered. The red shell going out. No way for the B movie to block. That's big for Cars, coming alive with the mushrooms. That's going to put him into the lead. He still has one more if he chooses to use it. And look at this. He's surging into the lead. Oh, and that hit could be rough for Yoshi. And he goes straight into the hole, but maybe it was a tactical move. Lakitu places him back on the outer edge. Still holding on to second. He's going to fall into third. And Mario movie surging back into the lead here. And oh, Mario movie's going the wrong way. In the final moments here, Yoshi running into the wall, Luigi spinning in a circle. The screenshots are coming in. Luigi, he's right there, but can he do it? No, another win for the B movie. Toy Story coming in second. Yoshi already up to double digits. That is insane. He might already be locked in. I'm going to be honest. We still have 4 races to go. He might be locked in. I'm not sure.
Now, this is going to be interesting because on this one, there is a few wide open sections, which is really where these guys tend to get caught up the most because they can freely turn to the left and the right more than they would otherwise generally do that, as well as all of the boost sections. And wow, playing the boost on the right very well into the orange boost panel. Good performance there. And another boost. Look at this guy surging into the lead in the upper right, surging ahead here. Lakitu going through the cannon, quite a bit ahead of everyone else. And we've got a screenshot. This section that we currently see Lakitu in, I think is going to be where we're going to see a lot of position changes because you can go up against the left or the right wall and you can get stuck there. And that's really what we need to worry about. He is opening up an opportunity and it looks like it's going to be the B movie taking it here. Gets the boost, is going to move into first. Meanwhile, Luigi going the wrong way. You hate to see that. Look at this. We're already in the final lap. Everyone's on the final lap. Meanwhile, look at Toy Story. They're so far behind, but they do have triple shrooms. Can they catch back up here? We're going to find out. Neck and neck, first and second right there. Lakitu with the shell. Will we see it? And there it is. Lakitu looking to close this one out. He's in the home stretch. There's no competition. Surely he doesn't throw this in the final moments. He's boosting backwards. And the lead has been passed over to Toy Story. Will he be able to close it out? The guy going into the third lap, we were counting out of the race, comes in first. And here's the current rundown. Very close so far, very close. And here we go. Lakitu with the immediate shell. Holy. Cars out for blood here. We have a left-right here. We have a left-right coming up. We have another third left-right. And then there's the upper-lower section. Looking good. Everyone kind of going into that turn. Kind of rough, but uh-oh. King Boo going the wrong way. Falling behind early. Look at the mini-map. All right, so here we go. Yoshi in first now. King Boo pulling the crazy 8. The coin has been used. He popped the star. And he slams into, what was that, Luigi? Luigi getting blasted. And honestly, all things considered, still pretty close, except for Luigi. Struggling a little bit, but it was actually King Boo who was looking like they were falling behind on lap 1 early on. Looks like we do have Lightning McQueen for Team Cars. Oh, he's doing a good job, but he does get hit by the Bone Piranha Plant. 2 players with the glider deployed. Meanwhile, King Boo still struggling. Not too far behind third. And Yoshi is going to get shelled. That opens up an opportunity for Luigi to close the gap, but Yoshi pretty firmly ahead at this point in time. Luigi almost went the wrong way, did save it there in the final moments. Yoshi on the right-hand side here for the B movie, looking for a three-peat. 3 out of 4 would be a dominating performance here. And honestly, I don't think there's any way anyone catches him here unless we have King Boo go in the upper path, but he had an opportunity, doesn't go for it. He does have a red, he throws it out. Is it gonna hit him? Yes, Yoshi does get hit, that's an opening. And I think Yoshi might have this in the bag, the B movie. Does it again. Dude, the Mario movie is struggling. And believe it or not, the B movie and Toy Story, the 2 dark horses, the people that we were not talking about, are the ones looking to run away with this and qualify for grands. But there's still a chance. If you get 2 first places in a row, even if you're in last, that might be enough to claw your way back. I don't know. We're going to find out. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because all these turns are very sharp on Bowser's Castle. Cars with an early lead here into the branching paths. Which way will our players go? We have 2 players going left. Luigi going right, Yoshi going right, an even 2-2 split. But here we go, the Mario movie, with that lead we were talking about, he needs a win here if he even wants to stand a chance at the title. But we have a blue going out, our first of the night, and that is going to hit the Mario movie. Lakitu very wisely goes for the dodge there, and that's gonna move him into the lead. But look at Luigi, dude, he's floundering right now. Look at this guy. What is he doing, man? He needs to lock in. Maybe bagging here. We have not seen or considered bagging as an option. But Yoshi, he goes sideways through like 3 item boxes. Maybe he decided to go bagging. The blue comes out, and that is going to force Lightning McQueen to go the wrong way. But in the bottom right, we have Toy Story
moving into the number 2 position. But now look at this. Toy Story fighting for first even. Lightning McQueen trying to lock it in. Nails the glide. Very well done. The finish line in sight for 2 of our racers. Mario Movie coming back alive. And that is going to be Lightning McQueen getting a much-needed first-place victory. Holding on by a thread here. Taking a look at the standings, it is actually pretty close for second and third. There is a fight for position there. Let's see it. Dragon Driftway, a fairly straightforward track. It has a lot of winding turns, but there's not a whole lot of options here for the players to go on. You know, there's not a lot of branching paths. It's a fairly direct course other than the weird winding turns, and the horn here could be deadly. Oh, the double horn coming out by Lakitu. Lightning McQueen making a statement here. We're getting word from down in the stadium that this might actually be a home field advantage track for Lakitu here. Depending on how these guys do, it will determine which one of them is moving on here. Here we go, Luigi. Guys, moving into lap number 2 here. We have Lakitu in 4th. This is not the placement that Lightning McQueen needs. He does pick up the shroom, but what's he going to do with it? He's going to burn it straight away. Meanwhile, Toy Story in first, and more importantly than him being in the lead, he has way more coins than anyone else. But wait a minute. King Boo coming alive. Oh, a fight for position here. Luigi and King Boo. I'm sensing some other similarities outside of movie scripts between these two guys. In any case, that is going to be Luigi moving into the lead. But Lakitu, Lightning McQueen fighting back. He's not out of this one yet. Will he have enough? He goes for the shortcut, but he needs to pop the shroom. He gets pulled back on, and we are on the final lap, running out of time here. Lakitu falling into 4th. Luigi still holding on. Will he do it here? And that's going to be a win for Toy Story. It is going to be in the number 1 seed. We have the B movie moving into Grands. And in the number 2 seed, we do have Toy Story. Daisy Cruiser, another fan favorite to start us off here in Group 2. Now, this is an interesting one because there's a lot of options at the beginning of Daisy Cruiser. This section is wide open. There's multiple paths. This is a fairly open stage. There's a bunch of different ways you can go about this track. And right now, SpongeBob with an early lead here, but he runs into the wall. And we have moving obstacles. Immediately, everyone going straight to the wall. But DK hits the pillar, and he's going the wrong way. That is not what you want to see if you are a Shrek fan. SpongeBob immediately making it through, and they are growing their lead big time right now. No one else even able to make it out of the room. They have to be careful because if they have something similar happen to them, and what is happening with Shrek in the upper left? Is he stuck? Lakitu coming in with the save. Everyone is just playing their own game. But, I mean, maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. That was only lap 1. A lot of games still to be played. Baby Rosalina getting shelled, and DK bagging for the William. Moves into second. And here we go. Moment of truth in the bottom left. Pay attention, especially if you are a SpongeBob fan here. Because the more you see that Lakitu come down, the worse it is for your character, for your player here. If we can get a right turn here, no. Another loop. And that lead they got on the first lap is basically gone. But they might be making it out of the room as everyone else enters. DK, good execution. And wait a minute, look in the bottom right. It's Garfield. Well played there, goes straight through the room. Garfield takes the lead here. The end of lap number 2. And everyone's pretty close except for it appears to be now Morbius. Falling behind here, getting stuck on the wall. But you hate to see that if you are a Morbius fan. He does. Oh, he almost made his way up, but he's turning left. He's going the wrong way, man. And I thought this was a guaranteed win, basically, for SpongeBob, but no. It is Garfield rounding the bend on the final turn here on lap 3. Drifts into the wall, but it does not matter. An easy win for Garfield. I mean, look at this. Morbius is so far behind. All right, so that is the current rundown. 5-3-2-1, the scoreline. Advantage 2, Garfield. All right, Ninja Hideaway. This is a bit of an interesting one. There are very sharp turns and a lot of pathways. This is one of the, I believe it's a tour track. But I suspect we're going to see a lot of turnarounds. People are definitely going to get caught up here. Oh, an interesting choice here. We actually have Garfield going the lower route behind the Piranha Plant decals there. We have 3 players on the glide. It is going to be Shrek, the 4th to enter into the glide section. We have SpongeBob on a bit of a run again, and a nice drift there, actually drifting around the corner. Nice glide by Garfield in the upper, or in the bottom right. DK pops the glider as well with the star. Morbius again struggling here, but we are on just lap 2. Uh-oh. SpongeBob, you're going the wrong way. Turn around, man. Wait a minute. Shrek in first. Huge throw by Garfield. And look at this. We are in the all-star part of the script. That might be carrying DK. Like, you have to imagine that DK has the AirPods in. He's got all-star blasting, all right? It's full volume, and that is channeling this energy that he needs. But will it be enough? Garfield coming back here. Final section of the race. Moves into the lead. Shrek not too far behind. One final turn here for Garfield. Just needs the right turn. But they did turn around on this last time. Whoa, they're at the finish line. They're freaking me out here, man. Made it a little stressful, but Garfield takes the win. Second place to our friend, SpongeBob. Shrek in third, and Morbius bringing up the rear yet again here. And wow, everyone with the same exact placement they got on race number 1. Which means if you got 3rd and 4th, that is not good. That's not good. Now, this is an interesting one. This is one of the tour tracks. This is Rome. It's one of the DLC, one of the more recent DLC waves, I believe. And the tour tracks are very confusing. I still get confused on this one whenever I'm playing it myself. So we'll see how these guys deal with this. I mean, this could be chaos. Now, the interesting thing about the tour tracks is that they actually kind of overlap themselves depending on which lap you're on. So if we see a player fall very far behind or get very far ahead, we could actually see them drive into oncoming traffic. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You can see everyone kind of slamming into the wall there because these tour tracks are just a nightmare to navigate. Every time I look at Bonds in the upper right, he's in last. I mean, they told me the Morbius movie was bad. They didn't tell me it was this bad. I mean, look, we're not done yet. Maybe he can redeem himself, but it's not looking pretty, man. Honestly, anyone's game. I don't want to say anyone's out of contention. No one has it locked yet. I mean, one single mushroom there was enough to propel Morbius into first for a brief moment. Garfield in the lead on lap 3. Again, we've seen this twice tonight. Looking for the three-peat here, but does get caught up. Morbius moving into the lead. DK with the triple shrooms. Mushroom number 2 into first already. Do the roar. That's what they're saying in the audience. He's coming alive. Morbius with the red shell onto DK. Taking the lead. Not a lot of track left to go here. And, you know, this is what I think Shrek was hoping to do on the first couple. He's a bit of a late game player. He saves a little bit in the tank and he comes alive. Tries to outrun his opponents. Morbius, though, making him work for it. Looking like the final turn here, the finish line in sight. Can Morbius lock it in? Now he drives into the wall. But he holds on. Morbius with the win. First place to him. Shrek coming in second, Garfield in third, and that is going to be SpongeBob in fourth. And wow, look at this. This shakes up the standings quite a bit. The only person who's looking comfortable at this point in time is Garfield. All right, here we go. And wow, this might be advantage to DK and Shrek here, because DK, the player representing Shrek on his own course. Garfield with a bit of an early lead, but look, guys, I feel like I don't need to repeat myself here. We know that these first few laps, while they are important, they are not indicative of who will win the race. I mean, Morbius was in fourth for 2 out of the 3 laps, and he won. These turns could be brutal. They are very sharp, very winding, and I suspect that a lot of position changes will happen on these turns. Shrek in the lead, coming around the last turn here on lap number 1, though, onto the bridge. But Garfield close behind. Good angle there. And I don't know if this is like, this might be just the Morbius strategy, but it seems like Morbius always starts in last. And in some cases, he stays in last. You don't want to use the mushroom too close to the cannon. Well executed there. That actually brought him into the lead. And look at this. Cannon shot number 1, Morbius from 4th to 1st. Wait a minute. Garfield. And look at how far behind SpongeBob is falling as we enter into the final lap. Garfield, huge advantage. Garfield looking to make it into the cannon almost before anyone else even makes it to the final lap. Garfield still in 1st. Everyone now on the upper part of the mountain. Morbius going the wrong way. Look at the huge lead by Garfield. And look at this. SpongeBob closing the gap in real time. He has visual onto Splatoon. But wait a minute, he gets shelled. Oh, it's a fight on the bridge. I don't know who wins it. And the break there at the final moments gives the win to SpongeBob. Meanwhile, what is even happening here? What is this guy doing in the upper left? Shrek is struggling. All right, we've got squeaky clean sprint coming on. 2 more to go. If you are Morbius, and especially if you're Shrek, you need to be on your A game for these last 2. And if you are SpongeBob, you can't get complacent. And we've got an early star coming out of Shrek. But you got to be careful in this open section. Too sharp of a right turn like Morbius here. And look at how much time they're losing. SpongeBob falling behind. But maybe it was intentional as they pulled Trip Shrooms here. Right into the banana peel. And we have Garfield again in the lead. Look at that. They even went for a nice mini turbo there. But this glide could be very impactful. If you do not make this glide and Lakitu pulls you, you're going to lose a lot of time. Shrek going off the rails. Oh my god, he uses a boost into the wall. And wow, strategic play there. Garfield letting Shrek go into 1st so he gets hit by the blue instead. Everyone is fairly close at the moment except for SpongeBob, which if you are a SpongeBob fan, you can't be too happy about. I mean, yes, he's in 2nd, but a 4th place performance here would not be good for his chances. Oh, but look at that. As I said, he goes straight into 1st off of the mushroom boost. Garfield trying to leave the bathtub from the wrong side here. You gotta go in the drain. You can't go out that way. And it is going to be SpongeBob still holding on to that lead. Morbius in 2nd into the glide section. And oh, nice. That is going to be the toilet boost. Grabbed by Morbius means they get to go on the upper pathway there. And that gives them an opportunity to save a lot of time. Look at this. Insane glide there into 1st. Everything could change in the bathtub. SpongeBob makes it through pretty cleanly. Fighting for position, the first to make it out, looking like it's going to be SpongeBob. But the braking here could hurt them. They're going to get pulled by Lakitu, and look at that, a clean escape there by SpongeBob. Anyone's game, a huge toss-up here. Morbius trying to go back in the drain. You can't go back in there, man. Anyone's game here. Morbius with the Trip Shroom sitting in 3rd, but with these boosts, might be able to make it to the upper pathway. I don't know. But the blue comes out. It's going to hit Shrek. Wait a minute. Shrek gets blued in the final moments. He might have too much of a lead. Does he? SpongeBob goes the wrong way. Fighting for position, gets 2nd there. And wow, that was close. 3rd place is going to be going to Garfield, 4th to Morbius. We have Garfield still in 1st. SpongeBob still in 2nd, but Shrek moving up. Morbius moving down into 4th. But Garfield actually on the chopping block here. I thought they were locked in, but no. Too much lollygagging on the later tracks. And we are going back to the land of France. Ho, ho, ho. The first one to make it onto the glider is SpongeBob. Garfield close 2nd here. Morbius in 4th, the last to deploy the glider here. But we've seen this out of Morbius before. They always seem to start in the number 4 position. I don't know what it is about that movie, but they always seem to start in 4th, but they creep up as the race goes on. This is a close group. I think it could go to anyone. Morbius in 1st with quite a lead, believe it or not, is going to be the first player to make it into lap 2. Morbius still in 1st, but as I say that, it's going to be Shrek moving into 1st himself. Morbius losing position is going to fall into 3rd here. Oh my god, look at how close 1st and 2nd are as we move into the final lap. Anyone's game still. Meanwhile, Garfield in 1st, 2nd. Look at the back and forth between SpongeBob and Garfield. And a double picked up by Garfield here. What are they going to get? Double red. Such a crazy grab. Another. Wait, Morbius also pulling a red. And that red screwed over SpongeBob big time. A big opportunity for Morbius. Garfield holding on in first. But look who has a shell in second. It's Bonds. If he throws that red, it could be what he needs to move into the lead here. It is going to hit Garfield. DK for Shrek in second. The finish line is in sight there. Garfield with a nice turn, cruising in. But look at this. I don't know who gets second. It's too close. Insane boost there at the end. Morbius pulls out the second place. But is it enough? That's the question. No, it's not. And that is your finish. Look at that. A 1-point difference between second and third. That does mean just barely SpongeBob is going to be moving on. Shrek will be moving to the losers bracket along with Morbius. And we are starting on Dragon Dripway. 2 of the 4 racers in this matchup already played on this. The Mario movie and Cars. And this was actually one that people were thinking Cars would have the home field advantage on because it is being represented by Lakitu. And as you look on the walls, look at that Lakitu artwork. You would think it would help him out, but it didn't seem to be the case last time. No breakaways at the moment, although we do have the Mario movie trying to make a statement here. And wait a minute, that is going to be Cars in first. And take a look at who is in last. Yet again, it is Morbius in the number 4 spot. Are we even surprised at this point in time? The player with the home field advantage actually learning from his previous mistakes and showing us why he has home field advantage here. Actually a decent breakaway, but as I say that, no, it's DK moving into first instead for Team Shrek. Mario falling into fourth. I mean, dude, you look away for 1 second, you look back, and the guy that's in first is now in last. All right, Morbius in the bottom right in first. See, I mentioned this before. I feel like this type of thing happens with this guy every time. He starts out in last, and then as the race goes on, he moves up in position. Fourth, third, now he's in second. Everyone grouped up here. Look at this. This is anyone's ball game at the moment. Morbius holding on. But wait a minute. Cars. Ka-chow! But look at this. Morbius going on a run in the bottom right. A huge gap between him and everyone else on the minimap. This could be a Morbius first place. DK's coming in fast. Morbius! He loses first because he turns left at the finish line. And he gives the win to Shrek. And it's going to be the Mario movie coming in last here. Holy, what a throw. That is an insane throw. Never seen before, man. I was afraid something like that would happen, and I was thinking there's no way. But now it happens. The return of Paris. A lot of dupes here. So we said the advantage was to Lakitu and King Boo because we saw the Mario movie and Cars race on the previous track last time. Now, this is something for Shrek and Morbius. In fact, this was the final race of their series. They did this just 2 races ago. And here they are back in France. Even though they were the guys that raced on this before, they're kind of struggling a little bit. It's actually Cars with the early leads here. And what is Shrek doing? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's nailing that turn. And it's going to be Shrek up in first. You can see All-Star playing from the third, from the left script. We are at that part of Shrek, and another screenshot coming in. So these guys still have a ways to go. We are on the final lap, but they are slowly making their way over. Morbius only has to make it around the big turn here. It's a one big right turn and then a final branching path section. If anyone pulls a mushroom, they could go through the middle and take the win. King Boo holding onto that red for dear life. Finally lets it go. It's going to hit Bonds, but he gets redded as well. DK getting blown up. Morbius trying to hold on. Will he choke it at the finish line again? He almost did. He turns out of the way, but he does hold on. That is going to be a second place for Shrek, first place for Morbius, and that is going to be Lightning McQueen coming in last. This is like that part of like Cars 3 or whatever where he realizes he's washed. No, dude, that guy's my goat. He'll bring it back. I believe in him, man. And we've got a screenshot. There it is. How will they handle Excitebike? And a nice... They're actually tricking, believe it or not. What? Morbius is gaming. But wait, not so fast. Shrek is back. But no, it's going to be Morbius fighting for position. Meanwhile, we have Lightning McQueen just kind of moseying behind everyone else in last. No, dude, this is the Morbius choke. Meanwhile, look at this idiot. And last, Lightning McQueen, what are you doing, man? Wait, but the triple shrooms might be what he needs. Will we see a trick out of him? And he's moved into first. Mario making good use of the trip shrooms. Moves into first. The Mario movie in the lead. And look at this. We've got DK and Lakitu caught in no man's land. Morbius back in the lead here. Dry Bones is throwing it away, man. No wonder this guy's in the loser's bracket. Mario movie trying to squeeze out a win. Do it for Chris Pratt. Will he be able to do it, though? That's the question. Shrek hot on his heels here. Oh! And he holds on. That is a win for the Mario movie. Second place goes to Cars. Third goes to Shrek. And fourth, bringing up the rear, we have Morbius. It's Morbin time. And that is going to be a huge reversal. Look at this. Now we have a very close match on our hands. 10, 9, 8, 6. That is the split. Could still be anyone's game here. Yeah, you would think Cars or the Mario movie would do better, right? Because Cars is a movie about racing cars. And the Mario movie is a movie about Mario. You know what game we're playing? Mario Kart. They got eliminated by the likes of SpongeBob and Toy Story. Can you believe it? An early lead. Now this section coming up here is a big moment. DK with a crazy play there, throws the bomb, almost runs into it himself. But no, he gets hit by a shell instead. And here is the split. We have two players going on the right, two on the left. But here we go. It is a big lead here for Bonds. But does he have what it takes to close it out? He's looking to go on the upper path. Will he get it? And he does. I think that might be the first time we've seen that all night. Someone on the upper path gives him an opportunity to dodge some of the Bonds. Morbius in the lead going to the final lap. Does get hit by the blue. An opportunity here for Cars to make a move. And he's doing it now. Morbius now back in last after a disastrous start to this final section of the race. Who all is going left? Morbius, Shrek, Mario, everyone, all four people, Lightning McQueen, going on the left path, meaning no one is going to take advantage of that right side. Edge here to Mario, but he gets hit by the boomerang. A nice boomerang by Lightning McQueen. I don't know who wins it. I honestly have no idea. And he does it, Lightning McQueen for first. But dude, look at the scores. This is crazy. What? 12, 11, 11, 10. Here we go. Ribbon Road. Some fresh content here. None of these racers have seen this track tonight. All right, as we get in here to lap number 1, let's see how these guys handle this section. He throws the bomb off the track. Oh, Lakitu wanted the shortcut there. Lightning McQueen knew about the tech, but he did not have the speed needed to make it. But it is going to set him back a little bit, meaning Morbius is going into the lead, but no, he didn't make the glide. Oh, here we go. King Boo with the mushrooms might be able to move into the lead off this. Everyone's still lined up after lap number 1. Everyone kind of playing on that outer edge. Playing on the inside on these turns will get you so far ahead. I mean, we're witnessing it firsthand with Shrek with no eyebrows in the bottom left. But everyone getting caught up by the Mecha Koopa. Lightning McQueen in the lead here. Halfway through lap number 2. Everything else seems kind of random. Oh, wait a minute. DK hits the boost. DK with a shortcut there. Nice moves for Team Shrek. And it looks like the Mario movie trying to run away with this one, but he drifts the wrong way on the final turn of the lap. Lakitu holds on. I think he might be able to close it out. I want him to do it for the cars everywhere. And it's the Mario movie who's fallen behind now. They were looking comfortably in the middle of the pack for the majority of this race. But here we are in the final moments of lap 3, and they're the last to deploy the glider, but Morbius goes too low. And Boo pops the star. This is the perfect time for the star. Boo surging to life. That is going to be, a win goes to Lightning McQueen. He holds on in the double screenshot. Look at that. That is the last place to Morbius yet again. And after, I believe that was our 5th race, our current last place is Morbius, believe it or not. Honestly, if Morbius gets 7th, that might be worse, because that means he failed at getting last, too. I feel like 7th is honestly worse than 8th. All right, so this is going to be an interesting track. We have many branching paths. In fact, that's the entire track. You either go on the green path or the yellow path. Or if you're DK, you can go backwards, apparently. First place to the Mario movie. And we're about to go into the glider section before the end of the first lap. This is a fairly fast track. Morbius actually in first for a change. the first one to deploy his glider and the first to land. And he looks like he should be holding on to the lead going into lap number 2. King Boo for the Mario movie, cruising in first. Had a little bit of friction there at the beginning of this lap, but things have smoothed out. He's pretty comfortably ahead. And that is going to be DK going for the shortcut, not making it, trying again, actually gets it on the second try. But then he fails to jump and goes in the pit. And here we go, Cars still in first. Morbius tanking it again. He is in fourth again. He's in fourth again. And look at this, Mario, nice turn there. No, he goes for the shortcut. Actually, that's what was happening. I was looking at the mini-map. I didn't realize. He goes for the shortcut, he misses it. Now he doesn't know what to do. And wait a minute, DK pulls Trip Shrooms and a star. Will he make use of these? Item number 3, he goes past Morbius, hops the star. No one's done yet, he couldn't win it. DK out of nowhere. Insane performance out of him. DK with the come from behind victory in the final moments. And another 4th place for Morbius. Now a 4-point gap between him and 3rd, which is the Mario movie. But Shrek on top here after 6. And here we go. Morbius starting off hot here in first. Pretty linear track here, which means it's going to be all about nailing those inside angles on the turns. Mario movie making his way to the grass section. Trying to make a last stand here. Only 2 races to go. Okay, look at this Morbius execution in the bottom right. Have you ever seen anyone more elegant? I don't think so. Dude, Lightning McQueen, what are you doing, man? Now, what I will say is if Morbius wins this race, it will make the fight for last very interesting. And he's got a breakaway here. We have not seen a breakaway like this the entire night. Dude, this is a crazy breakaway. He's got a red. Morbius doesn't have a block here. And look at that, King Boo making his move for the Mario movie. Dude, King Boo getting away with it. Wait a minute. Morbius trying to make a last-minute run here. Lightning McQueen. Oh, never mind. He's in last. But King Boo throwing it. If he pulls an item, this could be big. That is going to be a win for the Mario movie. Morbius will hold on to second. Morbius still pretty comfortably in last here. One more race to go. The fight for 5th place, which will be determined by whoever gets first in this group, though, is very real. All right, here we go. Morbius with an early lead here, trying to fight for a potential 7th place tiebreaker. Holding on to that lead. DK now moving into first as well. And oh no, the Mario movie going the wrong way. You hate to see that. Look at how far behind he already is on the minimap. He can't hit the boost panel. What is he doing? He's trying to serpentine, man. We're racing. Oh, he falls down. Will we see the 3-man blooper? And Morbius with a breakaway. I don't know why, but everyone seems so spaced out on this track and the last one. I mean, King Boo is very comfortably in last. I mean, I know it's only the first lap, but wait a minute. This star will catch him up at a very fast rate. Look at him on the minimap. He's zooming back in. And just like that, jumps into 3rd. He gets the trick off the ramp. Morbius trying to fight for any spot other than last here. He knows he has to get first, but he's stuck under the chain shop. I don't know what's happening, man. Morbius has been in first for too long. DK with the glider. Look at how much time he's saving. He's actually rapidly catching up to Morbius. But Morbius is not so fast. He nails the drift on the mini turbo. But a very important thing to note here is that if you look at the coin count in the bottom right of Dry Bones, of Morbius, he is maxed. You see that 10? That means his base speed is higher than everyone else's. And even though he just got hit, he does have the coin item, which should put him back up high. But look at this, the back and forth. Will he nail the glider? This is an important glide. Lightning McQueen with the star, actually coming out of nowhere. He was in last for the entire race. He might be able to surge here. Morbius back in first. A breakaway here. But look at the items. Mushroom in the hand of Lightning McQueen. Mushroom in the hand of Shrek. Morbius stuck on the wall. Will he hold on? Yes, that is a Morbius victory. Trying to fight for any position other than last. And wow, it's actually going to be Shrek getting last here. Let's see how the standings end up. And he tried. But there it is. There's your final standings, guys. 24-23, 21-20. It was a 1-point difference between Shrek and Mario. Coming in 8th, we have Morbius. Coming in 7th, we have Cars. Coming in 6th, we have Shrek. And coming in 5th, we have the Mario movie. Mario not good enough to make it to the winner's circle, but he's the best of the worst. And maybe that's worth something. I don't know. But we have one more set of races to go, and it's these people right here, guys. All right, so the rules for the grand finals matchup, 8 races, 200 cc's, CPUs off, normal items. Here we go. Big Blue, an absolute banger to start us off here in grand finals. And these guys are going fast. Garfield, the player in the lower left, starting off with an early lead, does get caught by a shell, and that's going to be edge to the SpongeBob movie on the lower right-hand side. Now, this is an interesting stage because this is a straight shot. There is essentially one lap. It's broken up into 3 parts, but you go down and you do not come back up. So all it takes is one bad turn to screw you over for the entire race. So far here, though, it's looking like SpongeBob holding on to the lead for the most part. First to deploy the glider. SpongeBob in the lead here as we reach the second stretch of the race. Still anyone's game. Reminder, this is 200cc. These guys are moving quick. All 4 players now making it through the large glider section as we enter into the final lap. Still anyone's game. We've been having a lot of back and forths here between SpongeBob and Garfield, and they were doing this in Group 2 when we saw them earlier tonight. Now, it is okay to have a couple of bad races. We are doing an 8-race series here, not a 6-racer, meaning that each race matters a little bit less, but consistency is going to be what will win you that title overall. Speaking of consistency, Garfield, after winning their group, looking to win the race here. The finish line in sight. We just have the final curving sections. And they hold on. Easy win for Garfield here on race number 1. These guys up top, they don't even know what they're doing. And I think, honestly, they were not prepared for this. Maybe they'll wake up after another race or so, or maybe they'll wake up on race 2. I don't know, but they need to do it quick. Oh, and the screenshot coming in. We did see this once tonight, and it was kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. The turns at the final section of this race and the bumps on the roof can really shake things up, but we'll see what 200cc does to impact how these guys handle this. And again, Garfield out with an early lead. It is going to be Toy Story, represented by the green alien, falling behind a little bit early here, just now deploying his glider. Already a noticeable gap, but we've seen this a couple of times because they're bagging. They're trying to get that high-value item to propel them back into the lead at the right moment. Speaking of bagging, Luigi pulls the golden, and look at this. He's going to pull ahead. Go past Garfield here, who has fallen down into the 4th slot. Did I say splot? Slot. And Garfield, again, almost in that first seat. I don't know how they keep doing it, but every time we look over there, they are in one of the top spots, 1st or 2nd. Meanwhile, again, the 2 guys up top, the guys from Group 1, struggling here. A bit of a breakaway, that turn saving SpongeBob a lot of time. If we have another clean turn to the right, that will help him out, but no. It's going to lean left there, which is going to slow him down quite a bit. Going to go on the upper route again. I don't think that's really worked out so far. We'll see if it does this time. Actually looking decent for him. It's going to be going lower. Yoshi gliding up onto the rafters. Makes the jump, actually, but falls off immediately after. Garfield has the red, but has to use the horn first. Will they do it in time? Still holding on to it. Does finally let go, but the glider deploy was enough for SpongeBob to hang on for first. That is going to be Garfield coming in 2nd. Not a bad showing there. And again, our guys up top coming in the final spots. Not what you want to see. Garfield starting off early in 1st, and I feel like all night Garfield has just been the dominant person in every race they've been in. All right, so the bagging paying off a little bit there for Yoshi up top. Does get a golden ear and a nice direct hit there by Luigi onto Garfield. Insane snipe. And it's actually Garfield who's falling behind. Yoshi really wanting the shortcut there. Goes for the jump, but he can't make it. Doesn't have a boost to get there. And wait a minute. SpongeBob back in the lead here on lap 3, but instantly goes into 3rd. And look at the star by Luigi. Is currently in 4th, but how long will that last? He's coming in fast. Still in 4th. Bagging, pulls another item. It's Trip Shrooms. Yoshi perfectly drifts left there to dodge the red shell, but he doesn't dodge that one. 1st and 2nd for the top 2. These guys needed this. if they wanted to stay in contention for the title. But can they secure it? They've got to lock it in. First place to Toy Story. Will he hold on? But no! SpongeBob with the boost in the air. Gets the first. He snipes it in the final seconds. Insanity coming out of SpongeBob. That was crazy. Crazy performance by SpongeBob. We have Yoshi Circuit. Home field advantage to Yoshi. In the upper left here, I'm expecting a big performance out of him. And hey, did you guys know that this track is shaped like a Yoshi? Unbelievable, I know. Yoshi not out to an early lead. It's actually SpongeBob out to an early lead. But still anyone's game here. These early turns are going to be very windy and slow. I don't expect anyone to run away with this unless one of them nails a drift. And oh, unfortunate, Garfield hits themselves with a shell there, throws it straight at the wall and drives into it. But somehow that play confused their opponents and allowed them to move into second. First place again to SpongeBob here. But wait a minute, Luigi might have been bagging, pops the star, and look at him on the minimap. Coming around Yoshi's feet. But he hits the tire, and that's going to slow him down. And Luigi gets the boost there with the golden. Crazy skip there. Luigi quickly closing the gap. SpongeBob has been comfortably in first for the entire race. I mean, it could definitely change on a dime. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. But look at the gap. The B-Movie sponsoring Yoshi to be on the track tonight. Have very high expectations, but is still floundering around in last. Meanwhile, SpongeBob up on the eyeballs. I think the tracks are just favoring them more. But Yoshi with the star. Look at the insane cut there. Making a run for the title. Yoshi trying to get a box here. Box very important. We do have a box being pulled by Garfield. Throws it out. Might be able to hit Baby Rosa. But it might be too late, as Baby Rosalina might have it locked in. Meanwhile, in fourth place, we have this absolute doofus, Luigi. What is he doing? That is going to be another win for the Sponge. If you're rooting for someone other than SpongeBob, you need to tell him to lock in right now. Baby Rosalina on the opener here. Holding on as I say that. Oh, nice drift. Wait, Luigi just did something crazy to move into the lead. SpongeBob falling into third, second now. Looking good as we enter into the straight section before the glider deploy. This glider is going to be very important every lap. Here we go. Let's see how they handle it. The glide, very beneficial in 200 especially. Baby Rosalina and SpongeBob in fourth. Not something we expected to see as Yoshi drives straight into the wall. And just like that, she's back in first. Insane performance. A demon performance coming out of SpongeBob here. Oh, and a nice hit onto Baby Rosalina. Garfield fighting back. Nice drift by Luigi. An item pull here would be big for him. What's he gonna get? We have the star. Here it is. He's surging forward. Look at this Luigi gameplay. But it is still Garfield holding in first. Maxed on coins as well. That's very important to bring up. The 10 coin count doing wonders right now for Garfield. Yoshi says not so fast. Pulls a star here. And the stars are doing so much for these guys. Triple mushrooms pulled by SpongeBob. Looking to maybe time them for the right moment. But it's a toss-up as we reach the final section. Luigi with the shroom. SpongeBob back in first out of nowhere. I don't even know where that came from. Trying to hold on, but no, Luigi moving into first. Yoshi holding on to the shrooms. Will he use them? Now is the time. And that is going to be your final results for that one. So let's take a look at the standings. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, a huge gap here between first and second. We are going to need to see insane throws out of SpongeBob. Otherwise, he might be the champion. We'll see what happens. Race number 6 of the championship. What will it be? Swamp Ruins coming in. Now, this track does have a couple of insane glide opportunities. There are a lot of possible obstacles as well. Garfield getting caught on the wall here. Going the wrong way. Garfield throwing, maybe. Falling behind like this does not mean that it's game over for Garfield just yet. And sometimes being in last actually is good. It benefits you. And look at this. SpongeBob is maxed on money. Getting maxed this early could be the difference maker. And no! Somehow, I don't even know how, Garfield falls off the left side. It was looking like the Garfield show. But now everything is turning up SpongeBob. Oh, and a better glide coming out of Garfield. That is going to do wonders. Screenshot coming in. Laying the banana peel down. Excellently placed. I mean, that was masterful. Garfield trying to prove to the world not to count him out. It is still possible. The final lap. It is SpongeBob moving into the lead. Or will there be a blunder? It might be a SpongeBob W. Another win for the Sponge. That might have locked it in, but we do still have players fighting for second, third, and fourth. The SpongeBob fans going absolutely insane in the chat, in the audience. Jellyfishing, that's what they're saying. They can't wait. And even if it might be locked in for the Sponge, there are still players fighting for a position on the podium. SpongeBob now essentially locked in, able to showboat, but is choosing to take it seriously anyways. Already off to the lead here in first. Garfield in first place at the beginning of lap 2, but very close. SpongeBob not that far behind. Luigi also a factor here. And look at the Yoshman. This guy is losing it. Did he get paid to throw? What is happening? Another battle between Garfield and SpongeBob. SpongeBob with a slight edge here. And here we go. Yoshi finally proving to us why he was so far behind. Pulls the star, and look at this. Look at him on the minimap in fourth with the star, closing the gap. Pulls another one. Instantly into second. And he's not done yet. Pulls another item. The shroom. Yoshman now up in first. And that's why you can never count him out. Luigi holding onto the blue, finally lets it rip. That will be hitting the Yoshman. Is not going to be able to blue shell dodge. Will he get the boost panel? Somehow dodges the boost panel on the left. I didn't even know you could do that. But this might be a win for the Yoshman. A win for the B-movie. And almost a throw there by Garfield. That was very close. So let's see how the standings are looking. And whoa, look at this. One final race to determine who is second, who is third, who is fourth. We already know that SpongeBob has it locked in, all right? But silver, bronze, and then nothing are what these final three players are fighting for. Keep your eyes on everyone that's not SpongeBob. But I guess SpongeBob could even win and cause a ruckus in the standings either way. Luigi picking up the early shroom. Well, baby Rosalina, I guess, off to an early lead, but Garfield answering back. And this turn is brutal for these guys, especially on 200. This is a very hard, notoriously hard track on 200. A lot of drift braking and sharp turns, making things very tricky for these guys. SpongeBob getting stuck under the sea, believe it or not. But the damage has been done here. Garfield with a big lead is going to be pretty comfortably in first going into lap 2, I would imagine. Luigi. He says, not so fast. And if that was the final lap, Luigi would have won, but he moves into the lead here. Going into lap number 2. 2 coins to his name. Everyone with a decent amount of coins collected. Luigi will take a hit there. Is it enough to stop him? No, he's still holding on to first. Everyone back underwater yet again. Yoshi hoping to boost his way through with the shrooms. Probably the smartest option that he could have chosen to do there. And look at how much of a lead he has coming out of the cave because of that. But the ice is going to slow him down. Everyone going on the left, but it's going to be Garfield going on the right, hitting the boost. But this turn around the bend looking kind of rough. But SpongeBob, again, front running, proving why this guy was so dominant in Grands. Big boost coming out of Garfield in the lower section. Luigi in second, throws out the red, is going to get a hit onto Rosalina. Even though she does not matter for the standings, if one of these other players gets a first, they get 5 points instead of 3, which might be enough to propel them up the standings. So a first still very impactful for everyone here. Oh, Garfield can still take it from Rosalina. She's stuck on the wall. And another win for the Sponge. But will it be Garfield in second? It will. The final 2 players out on the course still. Luigi for Team Toy Story, locking it in and coming in fourth on this one. The final race of the night. We have the Yoshman representing the B-movie. And wait a minute. We have an interesting scenario on our hands. We're going to have to do a sudden death for third place. It's DK Summit for the finisher. And there's not many other courses I would have chosen for this one. Here we go. Final match for all the marbles. It's going to be Luigi with the shroom. Wants to go for that inside boost. Doesn't quite get it, but a nice little series of jumps there. Will we see a third? We do. And he's kind of styling here. The mushrooms will go a long way on a track like this. And wait a minute. Luigi goes for the trick. Maybe a little too much showboating here, giving an opportunity for the B-movie to come back. But Yoshi, turning a little too early there, getting caught up on the right wall. And he throws it off the wall. Will he run into it? No, but Yoshi pops the star. But he's looking a little bit lost. He's running into the barrier, and you don't want to do that. And if you're a Yoshi fan, if you're a B-movie fan, you got to start to worry right about now. It's not over yet, but the writing is on the wall. It's not looking good. Luigi, I don't know what he's doing over there on the right. He's like braking before getting to the cannon. Styling on Yoshi here. Yoshi pulls the blue, though. That might be what he needs for the comeback. Lets it rip. Oh, Yoshi still has a long way to go, but that's the start of a comeback. Nice angling here. Gets the trick. Will he get the double box? He does get the double box. What does it have for him this time? It's a star and trip shrooms. Yoshi bagging, finally paying off here. Luigi getting caught up. Yoshi still behind. Yoshi should get a boost from that. Hits the boost panel. Picks up an item. Luigi floundering here. Falling behind. He's in second now. Yoshi surging ahead at the end. But can he close it out? Can he close it out? The finish line is in sight. Luigi's going the wrong way. He's falling apart here. He's falling apart at the finish line. And the B-movie pulls it off. Oh, what happened indeed. Toy Story is going to be just barely off the podium, and that means that the B-movie will be securing a third place spot. Coming in fourth, last place of the winners group, we have none other than Toy Story. Round of applause for Toy Story. Great performance out there. And now we are moving on to our top three. After an intense 1v1 finish against Toy Story to secure a spot on the podium, we have none other than the B-movie. Unfortunately, they didn't quite make it into the number one spot, but they did great out there, and they were definitely the fan favorite on the track tonight. It is, of course, Garfield coming in with the second place finish. But there is one person that we have yet to talk about, none other than this yellow square on the right, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, and he left no room for doubt. He won. Not only did he win, he won by a 14-point gap between him and second. He dominated out there. Good stuff by him. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the first ever raysfire official 8-movie script tournament. That's all we've got for today. Thanks for watching. This stream sponsored by me. Please watch the videos. Please.
Thanks, Past Racefire. Here's the deal. Our current merch store is closing in mid-January 2025 to make room for a brand new, high-quality, limited-time drop. So, grab what you want now at raysfire.gg and get 10% off with code RAYSFINAL. Don't miss out, and I can't wait to show you what's coming next.